up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2276. I'm your host Arwin, and before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit, and if you haven't already, be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. Please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go, links in the description box below. Send me a super chat over the Rumble live chat, or support me another way by subscribing. That would be great. I'm a little off today. Right. Normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day, but yeah, starting a tiny little bit late. Oh, minus 33 votes. That was quick. That was suddenly out of nowhere. Right, weather today is sunny again. It's kind of the same as yesterday. There's trails. There's still plenty of blue in between, and it's just nice and warm. Low wind. Really beautiful. Right. So it is Wednesday, the 30th of April 2025. Temperatures 23 degrees Celsius with 43% humidity, 3 kilometers an hour wind, 0% precipitation. Looks like another 2 days of this. Partly cloudy, oh okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing any actual clouds. I'm just seeing trail haze, really. Right. So yeah, I had a bit trouble sleeping last night. Just very restless. Had a good day overall though. More interesting conversations with the guys over at Earth Awakenings. And potentially some more progress with the non-local holographic angular manifestations of the Celestials. Maybe another hint. Although I'm very far removed from actually having like tangible proof still, so... But I might have caught a new possibility as to what may be causing the celestial lights to be non-local holographic. So it is, to me, pretty interesting, but it's just all very preliminary. Alright, but there were people in there and they were sharing with me about basically how some kind of form of cold fusion just already exists for a couple of years. Guy called David Lapointe on YouTube had like several videos about it, but they basically were from a couple of years ago. And somebody in there, they told me, so right now it's just rumor based, that there were like plasma tests, because what it basically is aligning magnets in a very specific way and then subjecting it to certain materials, and that just starts to create, like, passively through magnetic fields, specificities of some kind. I mean, that is refined engineering. It starts to create plasma. They use boron for it, borax or something. It's yeah. This might be right around the corner. Technically, yeah, I have to dig further into it to even see, like, good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2276. I'm your host, Arwin. you guys are just unbelievable, seriously. That this is the response that I get to that. Anyway, when I go back there, I am gonna hopefully talk to those guys that also helped me wake me up and all that. Maybe see if there's some kind of video that actually shows the effect. Maybe see if there's some kind of video that actually shows the effect. It'll be pretty amazing. Anyway, here's the primer fusion, what I talked about earlier. That's just around. Let's see if I can put this in the title. Banning guests. The guy was literally saying you're delusional. Stop it. The fuck are you whining about? God. Yeah, go. Are you just here to get banned again? You're just trying to make me cranky or something? Done an experiment? No. Saying it's a hologram. Oh, I'm sorry you don't like it? Well, you guys don't like that I call it a hologram. Are you just like the complaining mob? Seriously, guys, get a fucking life. If you're not interested, just get the fuck out of here. There you go, now it's in the title. Alright, so yeah, you're all in very early, ready to disrupt. Amazing. Look, jade orange. What are you doing here? What's going on? What the fuck? Wow. Drink. I don't drink. I haven't drank alcohol forever. Okay, Jade Orange. Well, yeah, somebody unbanned like everybody apparently. Great. So, guess that that was probably Seeking Star Water. It's messed up. Right, so yeah, whatever. I guess per default everybody gets a new chance to get banned again. And that's what you're all so eager to experience all the time. Skype and email. Yeah. Yeah, Jade Orange. But accounts can be compromised too. Make sure to send her an email. The real SS did it. No. Maybe. That would be pretty messed up. I mean, she did not contact me on Skype, though. It's just that, I mean, she should be on Skype. I think I did have her, like, on the show one time, but that's, like, a long time ago. How did I even do that? whatever it is. I just unwrenched her, I mean, too bad. And then we'll see if it happens again or not. No. Yeah, stop. I don't want to have a conversation about it. I mean, this is literally all you ever want to do. You just want to create weird social beef and shit and just talk about the talking about instead of actually addressing the subjects. And I'm sick of it. This is not interesting. Nothing about that is interesting to anybody that would watch this. Except you guys. All you ever do is just meddle. Just want to meddle with me and send all kinds of characters towards me to just meddle with me, and it's all you ever fucking do. All of you. Like, who the hell wants to ever see that? From you guys. Like, who the fuck out there is actually gonna give a shit about what you do out there? Hanging in your groups and hanging around trolls and shit, like, and just whining and complaining about behavior and other people and who is who and intrigue. Like, seriously, who the fuck is gonna care about this tedious crap out there? Like, this is not contributing to my show. Yeah. And that's why I keep all of you banned. Because you're just in the way. With pointless filler. Hey, Maxed Out Bear. What does NLHAM stand for? Non-local holographic angular manifestation. That's the celestial description of what that is. I mean, you know about what that is, right? I've talked about that many times in your presence. Good to see you, by the way. I was watching back a bit of old Benjamin's from Monday. Was hilarious. It's like the second time going through that Curtis Stone guy. Like, that guy's like nuts. The fuck? How about you're just banned? I know the full word description, just didn't recognize the acronym. Right. Yeah, I didn't want to, because it's a mouthful, I didn't want to fill up the entire chat with just that word. That description needs the acronym because it's just too long. Was there first? No, the hologram was not first. I mean, it's literally in the title. A side effect. A side effect is never first. And I mean, you could reference biblically it wasn't there first. Right? The earth was created first, and then the lights were put there by God in Genesis. So, in the Bible, it's secondary as well. Okay. You saw me. Earth Awakenings, good for you. I don't see why you saying that you saw me on somewhere makes me ban you immediately there, good lolly. Weird name, but unless you have a bad conscience of hanging around shitty trolls, you don't need to ask me to please not ban you, because I don't just automatically ban everybody. Wow. Jesus Christ, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Maxed out bear, look at this guy. Owen's whole homesteading act is fake. And he's a gay Jew. I mean, wow. Yeah. It's the same thing. Not a side effect. Yeah, but the word side effect is a modern English word. That didn't exist back then. It's just creates it. It's a side effect? Well, it creates it then. So side effect is more like a physics specific type designation. That's why I'm saying side effect. Word side. What makes you say they're non-local? Well, because they're not apparent light apparitions created in specific locations. If it's a hologram like, I don't know, Tupac on stage or Michael Jackson or something, well, then you have a hologram that is local. And that means if you look at it from a far distance, it looks like a person standing there. Small when you're far away, bigger when you're close up. Yeah, that's local hologram. That's light apparition like it is an object in space. But the non-local holograms do anything but that. They do not reveal an object that bears the traits of having a position by having perspective applied to it. Like upon approach, angular size increases. Move away, it decreases. Like, that's not happening with the Celestials. That's why they're not local. That's why I call them that. Say Earth is horizontally locally, it curves non-locally. Wow. Okay, good Lolly. I mean, if they're saying that, then that's like literally psychotic, because they're... If they're saying that, then that's like literally psychotic, because they're just saying two things overlapping each other that are contradicting. Right? That's like the locally flat idea. But yeah, a lot of flat planes don't make a sphere, right? But you could mathematically map it out like they were a sphere, and that's what they do, and that's basically what locally flat globers do when they say that. It's really silly. It is mental gymnastics. We can't get closer to check. Yeah, you can. You can go up. And then you find out that the angular size will mostly just decline upon approach, become less. Realization yesterday that, like, what causes the blue sky, right? Big mystery. Really not bright enough to be a focused point type of light like a star or the sun itself, but will be like a big blue dot that basically surrounds the sun, and then to us it just like covers the entire sky, and then the sky is blue and also drowns out stars, so you don't see other stars anymore. So the blue sky in itself could potentially even be seen as a separate giant celestial itself. And by the way, that would also explain another mysterious effect, and that is that when you go up in like a high altitude balloon during the daylight, the blue above starts to go away and becomes just black. And then you look at the horizon and there's blue beneath, black above. Like, there's nothing out there that actually logically explains it, why it's that way, that doesn't already presuppose outer space, universe, etc., blah blah blah, you know that. But if the blue is actually a celestial, then it can explain why it goes away. Because all the celestials, the holographic side effect of them, seem to go away when you go up there. They become smaller. What if the blue sky is like a big celestial and it too fades out? Like everything else. Becomes smaller, becomes dimmer, to the point where you just see the black sky instead. That explains enormous amounts of logic behind that observation. That the blue sky itself could be like a non-local holographic giant celestial that's kind of smeared out over the apparent sphere surrounding us. It's not like a local type of backdrop light, but it is then celestial too. I mean, oof. Fascinating to me. How do you define local? Having a location in Euclidean space. Having perspective effects apply. Anyone measured the stars from different altitudes? Well, the angles. Jade Orange, and if you go up vertically, the angles of the stars towards you do not change in any fashion. Everything stays exactly as is. So the celestial apparent sphere will literally move up with the observer perfectly, in perfect synchronization, at any height. Except really high up, they tend to like kind of fade out. And then there's black over you. I should add that in the title as well. I'm actually really inspired today by this. Right, hope everybody's liking the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. I find this all very fascinating, but I guess a whole bunch of people might just not get any of it. That's fine. I'm just starting to get a grasp on like how the holographic celestials, the way that I describe them, how that could even like manifest. And like getting the first solid leads after just sticking to the description of it, just trying to communicate for people to understand what it means, but never really having like any solid footing on like how it is caused or why it is like that. And now, after years, I'm finding first leads. might be a side effect of certain type of energized plasma setups, which would mean that we see celestials up there because of plasma that is up there. And we're basically looking like in a plasma mirror, in a sense, like a magic mirror, but the mirror is not literally a reflection that it's exchanged with some ghostly apparition, but just looking into plasma would yield the holographic effect of the celestials. So the understanding of what is, how the hologram is seen is even shifted with this insight. How does the navigation work if the stars don't have locations? Because locations are not involved. It's angles, Jade Orange. And the GP points or GP lines, which is where do certain stars angle directly above you. And that consistency in relation to locations on the map. You don't need the locations, you just need to know where the stars are going to be angled above you. That's the information you need for celestial navigation. There's no actual locations of them. It's just angular information. Yes, Orinoco Womble. Yeah, moisture does seem to have an influence with the hologram of the celestial. Like, the thicker the moist is, the thicker, like the water vapor in the air, not like actual water or clouds or anything, but water dissolved in the air, it seems to amplify the non-local holographic angular manifestation, making it bigger. So in that sense, the sun at the horizon is widened too. The angular size actually increases. It magnifies, is what they call that. Because you're looking through a thicker layer of moist in the air. So, like, if you're living in the jungle, right, and you have a clear spot in between the jungle, you're looking up, yeah, the stars will be massively bright. Why? Because there's so much moist in the air you're looking through. It directly amplifies the celestial manifestations. And in areas where it's super dry, it doesn't. It's not amplified. So yeah, there's that on top of everything. Right? And it's logical because there's a connection in that sense directly to going up above, and the celestial lights, including the blue sky, like seems to disappear above you visually. Well, there's going to be a distinct lack of moist in the air up there because it's too low density, and there's water vapor is going to be very sparingly mixed in because of the typical density it has. It's going to sit lower in the sky, in the inhomogeneous mash. Right? Looking through helium and hydrogen doesn't yield that magnification effect. So in that sense, as part of the holographic manifestation, the actual content of the transparent air also has a direct influence on the holographic side effect that would be caused by looking into the plasma. If there's water vapor in the sky in the air in between you and the plasma you're looking at, that seems to amplify the angular size of the celestial side effect. So we're like getting a real mechanism off the ground here that's happening. I mean, I find this incredibly fascinating. Surely some basic science educator. Oh, yes. Of course. Science. So yeah, progress. I'm very happy about it. And it's kind of funny because I never really expected that I would be able to figure it out. Because when I didn't have these leads, it just, even trying to figure out, it's just like clawing at the dark. There's nothing there. It's like very frustrating in a way. That's why I was just like, I just stick to the description of it and say there is no evidence that would prove they have locations, etc. That's what I kind of would stick to for years. Frustrating a lot of people, I guess. But now there's these leads, and that suddenly like start to explain how the effect is even happening, and it's like, whoa. Did not expect to find that. So yeah, development. It's been a while. And yeah, I'm really getting along with the guys from Earth Awakening's channel. And they seem to be like going along with my ideas as well. And I mean, not surprising because like the typical baller disc earther dichotomy stuff, it's getting a bit monotonous. Like everybody's already dealt with that so much. Ballers always go after disc model things. The more bigger flat earth channels always stick to the disc model jargon that everybody's used to. But I'm actually trying to develop like outside of that standardized format and really trying to figure out very complicated things, because reality is complicated. That sounds a bit crazy to me. Yeah, I bet it does. I mean, I have this saying, and that is, reality is surreal in a fractal way, and every person will have their limit in their period of time, and based on their ability to grasp it all and deal with finding out that it is a fractal nature. And most people then basically choose a level of understanding, and then they're like, this is it, and then they just hold on to it for their lives. And they do not really use their critical thinking on that which they then accept. Stars in constellations have positions, angular positions. Good lolly. I mean, the word position in that sense is kind of deceptive. They have positions on the celestial sphere. What that amounts to optically is angular positions. Apparent positions, non-actual positions, but that are apparent And anything that is apparent, anything that you can see, that is perceived by an observing medium visually, will be measurable in angular position and angular size. And that is the information that is available and consistent in relation to positions on Earth when it comes to celestial lights. It's all about the angular information that you can derive from them. That has been mapped out. Right, and any newcomer out there, YouTube good lolly, like, I often deal with trolls in the chat on this channel, so I can get, like, I end up unfortunately addressing them, getting harsh with them. That doesn't mean that I'll be like that to everybody. It's just they're always trying to get in my face, they're always trying to manipulate me some way, but that doesn't mean that if you are a legitimate person with legitimate interest, that I'll then, like, treat you like that as well. So when I talk to trolls, don't automatically assume I'm talking about you unless you are a troll. You don't have to be all apologetic. The angles and constellations are relative to each other, right? It's all relative to each other. And relative to the observer. How do you know if you're a troll? Well, because you would have knowledge of trolls and what they do, and you would have a trollish attitude, and you would just know. Because you're a dick. And you just like to disrupt things. Because that's what trolls do. Legit questions get used. Get used? Marked as trolls? That makes no freaking sense. I know it's very difficult for you to put down cohesive sentences, Vinny. I know. position. No, it's just part of the celestial sphere. You don't get to see everything everywhere. You only get to see half of it. In two positions at the same time? No, Jade Orange. It'll have different angular positions in relation to the observer, but neither of those angular positions will actually mount up to an actual position in Euclidean space over the realm. Because they have no actual positions, they're only having apparent angular positions. Polaris is a bit of... No, it's not. It's no problem. It's only a problem if you're going to assume that any of the celestial lights have actual positions over a flat disk, which they don't. Are the lights moving on a curved path? They move on the apparent celestial sphere. They don't have actual positions. They only have apparent positions on a celestial apparent sphere that surrounds the observer. A straight line, no. Hope everybody's appreciating the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. Give it a thumbs up. That's what that means. Why is Polaris hidden from South Africa? Because the celestial sphere is angled in a way where Polaris will literally not be in a line of sight. It's below eye level. So it will not manifest to the observer in that region. People start different locations on Earth and head in the direction of Polaris. Will they ever meet or cross paths? No. Because Polaris is like celestial north, which is a cardinal direction, and it doesn't add up to a literal point at the center of a disk. Is it under the Earth? No, it just does not manifest at that angle. It has no actual position. Is GP a position? No. Not for the celestial, it's just the location on Earth where the celestial will be directly above. It's an angular position, if you will. Right, it's an angular position of a celestial being directly above in relation to the location on the Earth. How could people meet using star navigation? Well, because the angular consistency of the celestials will enable you to find the longitude and latitude. North, south, east, west. It's hard to understand. Yeah, I get it. But this idea that like if you just go towards Polaris you will meet up at a certain point, that's a myth. Based on an assumption that Polaris literally has a position over the Earth. That when you go try to make it angle above you, you'll automatically meet up in a one position. Like, there is no evidence that that actually happens. It's based on a misassumption of the disk projection in which Polaris is the central point above. It's a logical result of creating a disk-oriented map. That's how those are made. Right? And that disk map is the transitory model to then virtually mathematically wrap the south, which is projected to be outward ring, into a sphere. But it's not disk oriented in the first instance. Like, that is already a transition, a warping of the terrain in coordination with the celestials to make it disk-centric. It isn't. I don't believe it is. I think that celestial north is a cardinal direction. It's always in that same direction. It's like north is parallel everywhere. And then eventually you either can't go further north because there's a barrier, or you simply go into uncharted territory. That's not part of the maps of our realm. That's how celestial navigation works. Yeah, no. Yeah, well, Jade Orange, it doesn't. I'm sorry that you have trouble understanding it. Is the disk limitless? What does that mean? I don't think that the realm confines are a disk. I don't think north is the center of the disk and south the outer ring. I don't think that that's the physical setup of our realm. That's not the orientation of it. It's just how the map projection has made it. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, Ken, as usual. Not being able. Yeah, you have, Canes. Not fooling anybody. But star navigation work? Yes, because of the apparent angular consistency over the terrain. Jade Orange, the angles of the celestial sphere that the observers get to see in those locations are consistent. Everybody will always see the same set of angles of the celestial sphere in their respective positions. So there's angular consistency, and that angular consistency is used to make the map grid in relation to those stars and their angular consistency, that is then used as a navigational reference. Suspicion when people talk about stars manifesting. Yeah, I mean, that's not what I'm talking about, though. But, I mean, there's a lot of people that are, like, mystified about the stars and, like, what is that? Oh, is it... It's like a light in water, it's luminescence. But, I mean, this is all just idle speculation, still based on physicality assumption bias about them. I've kind of moved on beyond that. And basically came to the conclusions they're non-local holograms. They don't actually have actual position, so it's completely futile to try to imagine what it would physically be that you're looking at up there. But that is still a subject that a lot of people, including flat earthers out there, like to speculate about. But I mean, it's based on a misassumption of physicality. That would imply position. no. I don't see how that implies position, good lolly. It seems illogical. Yeah, but it's happening nonetheless, though. It's only illogical if you have a physicality assumption bias about the celestial sphere in relation to the Earth. If you can't let go of that, then it will seem illogical that that is what happens. You move north, you go in a parallel cardinal direction. Polaris seems to go above you, but it will seem to go above you at any position on the rectangular map, and it will all just be angled above you further to the north. But it could be leagues in between you. You're all pointing parallel at the same direction. Think that Polaris is directly above you. But it's not literally above anybody. It's just you're gonna approach where the angle of it is above you, but not because it's there in an actual position. The GP point of Polaris, first off, is theoretical. There's no evidence that you even can attain that point or line. And all GP points are technically lines. There's no singular point anywhere, singular point where any celestial body will exclusively only be directly above that specific point. It's always going to be, no, east and west. It's also going to be above you. Because, why? Because the celestial parent sphere rotates. You move east and west, the angle of the celestial sphere, of the axis of it, the apparent axis of the apparent sphere will remain the same angle. It will not alter. Yeah, I just explained it, Jade Orange. I just explained it a couple of times now. There's no evidence for GP. No, there is evidence for GP. No, I'm just saying they're not actually points on the map. They're a line on the map. Why are they called points? I don't know, to make it more confusing? I don't know why they specifically call them points. But I mean, are they even literally points, or is it positions? Right? I mean, it's the word is already confusing because GP is like global positioning, I think. So, but that global positioning really references to the celestial sphere, which is an apparent sphere, and so the terminology just becomes confusing. And I mean, I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose to just make it confusing. Just use the instructions, don't try to think what it means. Like that. Has to be near. Where's the sun so far? It isn't far. It doesn't have any actual location. It's just an angular manifestation. Has no position. Transferring the globe shape to the celestial. No, I'm not fucking transferring anything. No, the globe model transferred the apparent celestial sphere into the globe model. They projected the appearance of the celestial sphere that appears to surround you, then warped the terrain into a sphere mathematically, and then wrapped the celestial sphere around that warped, mathematically created sphere terrain. And that's how the globe model works, by wrapping the Earth into a sphere underneath the celestial sphere. The celestial sphere is an apparent sphere, but the terrain is a flat plane. Holographic perspective. Okay. That sounds interesting, good lolly. Yeah, that might be correct. Point is a position. Yeah, well, it's a misnomer. It's not actually a point, even though they call it a point. If they were nowhere, how come I can feel heat of the source? Well, you can't feel heat of the source. You're not feeling proximity heat at all. You're feeling heat of the transference of energy. You're feeling the manifested arrival of the holographic based energy. You're feeling the light arriving and getting absorbed. But you can't technically pinpoint it. The conspiracy. Oh, well, okay, if you want to say that, then that's fine. It's not. Right, yeah, just like, oh, but light is designated as a wave. Even though it isn't a wave at all, not even close, but yet there's a spectrum of light, so if you think of light as a wave, then we could define the difference in the light spectrum based on the misassumption that light is a wave. So we're just going to assume light is a wave so that we can explain the different colors and effects, the form of the light, so that everybody just assumes that it's a wave, because how else are you going to explain that other side of it, right? The spectrum of the light. Even though provably it isn't a wave. Like, the world of physics in that sense is full of just built-in misunderstandings that have come to sit there because of practical reasons, because of dealing with depths of understanding about it that mathematically just translate into certain patterns that come with misassumptions about what it really is, like it being a wave, which it isn't. Physics is full of this. It's very confusing if you really want to figure out what's going on. What was it all for? How the hell should I know? I just know that GP maps are created based on where celestial light will be directly above, which is on a line, and that is then used to create a grid system for the terrain, which you then can change into different projections of it. are positioned where the lights manifest from. No, but I suspect that they manifest from within the electrified plasma that would be up there, that would have the angular manifestations of the celestial light as a side effect. So you could argue the energy is derived from that plasma cloud above, but it's not manifesting in a way that it creates a source light that shines down from that actual plasma location. Rather, it creates a non-local holographic angular manifestation in the region below. So the plasma would be a source of a non-local hologram that just manifests non-locally. Ever see the double slit experiment where slits are horizontal, not vertical? Yeah, it's not any different, good lolly. The diffraction pattern would just do the same thing except vertically instead of horizontally. So I'm gonna get any Rogans up for this? I mean, my shows from 5 years ago were like this all the time. Appreciate it. What? That makes no sense to me. I don't know what you're talking about, Kulali. I mean, the diffraction pattern that happens with the double slit, like you can orient that double slit thing as you like, rotate it around, and like the wave pattern will rotate with it. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Diffraction is not about orientation of the surface. It'll diffract at any orientation. Who the hell's doing this insane downvoting? Seriously. 13 watching, 78 downvotes? Really? You guys are sick. You guys are a bunch of sick fucks. Trying to do this. It's not gonna work. Like, I'm just making progress. I'm progressing my understanding of this concept. And it doesn't matter how dissatisfied you are with that, how much you hate it, I'm not gonna stop doing that. Like, what you do has no actual influence. No weight. And I will do what I do, and I will progress my insights as I see fit. Magnetic field is vertical. I don't see how that relates to anything, especially the diffraction effect of double slits. The field is horizontal. Well, you're talking about the geomagnetic field? I don't know if it is just horizontal. But I understand why you would think that. But still, I don't see how that relates to diffraction at all. And what you were saying earlier, good lolly. What the hell? Oh god. What is that? Wow, that's fascinating mathematical extrapolations. Yeah, but I mean, light traveling perpendicular to a sphere. Yeah, it doesn't. This looks like something ridiculous. Good lolly. Why is Rumble glitching? I don't know. To go to class. What? Okay. Don't do that. No. there's something really weird going on with the Rumble today. I don't know, Vinny Boombot. I don't really care about that. Right, so yeah, Rumble might be experiencing some weird shit today. Because I got communications from the wrench that he wants to actually talk in the chat, but he seems banned, and that's total nonsense. He's literally in my moderator list and he's not in the banned list, so it makes no damn sense. Some weird shit going on here. Ah, looks like it's in general. So yeah, Rumble's for some accounts seems like Rumble's experiencing some issues. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. And I'm back. Ooh, I got record views today. Don't know how yesterday's show didn't get more views, but guess people did not appreciate the subject orientation much. I thought it was funny. That's pathetic. Right, so I think I'm gonna round out the show. It's been interesting though. But yeah, Rumble is acting weird and shit. So yeah, I wonder everything else is gonna work normally. It looks like it isn't. For some people. So there's like a technical issue day for Rumble, it seems, with a lot of people, and I don't know why, but hopefully they'll fix that soon, and then we could just go back to where things function as they're supposed to. We'll see. Alright. But for now, I'm gonna round out the show. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. I really use the support, so please help out your local Arwin. And I mean, I try to provide with ideas and insights and addressing questions. So yeah, I hope that you might consider that I'm worth it, the support, right? Anyhow, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2277 on a Thursday, I think, unless I'm like just feeling off and good to having an off day. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe I'll come back with this even more. It all depends, right? So yeah, hope to see everybody in the next show, and have a great day. Hope you got beautiful weather like I do. Enjoy it, and until the next video, keep it flat.
Shadows protecting his fellows from sun up to the moon on his back. Send the villains to Hades, a hit with the ladies, a stallion in the sack. You can't get your laugh back when right follows left, Jack. The more you see, the
country safe and sound, but villains 6 feet underground, and no one knows, cause no one's found any trace of a man for all seasons. Loves them and leaves them alone, so alone. And you and I wouldn't have a clue who's doing what, why, when and who. Up a creek with no canoe, watch out for the man for all seasons. Loves them and leaves them alone, so